Hi, I'm Jolene Montgomery, and I just wanted to give you a few ideas about how to correct your horses leaving the barrels too wide. First off, I think it all starts on your approach to the barrel and how much room your horse has and what they're physically capable of. So I'll just go around the barrel and kind of show you at what point I'm at and why. When I approach any of the barrels, not just the first, second, anything, I pick my straight line and I keep my horse's shoulders, everything square all the way until their shoulder is parallel to the barrel. When I ask them to turn, I ask for it all in one motion. I don't lift up, ask for their nose. When I'm about right here, shoulder parallel with the barrel, when I'm in a run, I'm right here. I bump them one time to start the turn. And when I do this, I'm asking for their shoulders, head, neck, everything all at the same time. And this is contrary to what a lot of people have learned and been taught. But to me, this is the fastest way to do it because you don't have to bring nose, then shoulder, then rib cage. I ask for it all at once. So, all at once puts us right here because I've made a straight line to the barrel and one step puts me right here. Then on the back side, I actually, when I'm training them, give them more room on the back side than the front. To me, that right there helps alleviate 90% of the problems you have with your barrels leaving the barrels wide. I know that seems counterproductive, but here's the deal. Here's what happens. If you come around this barrel, you're coming in close, and then you bring your horse right here to where their hip is even with the barrel, then all they have to do is cross the front end over and they're leaving straight. They have all this room, space, where they're not going to get into the barrel. They don't think it's in their way, and they have all this room in the front to just cross over and leave. So that's what they do. Straight, leave. And that will alleviate 90% of your problems with them leaving the barrels wide. I think a lot of times what happens is everybody wants to start way out here coming in, and on the back side, they're right here. Well, how does your horse get from here to the third barrel? Well, they have to take an extra step forward. They have to come out wide. If you're too close here, if they come and turn straight to go to the third, they're running over it. So they blow out. But if you teach them to give themselves a little bit more room back here, from this point, all they have to do is come and go straight to the third barrel. Much easier. So again, straight line until their shoulder is parallel with the barrel. One step here, forward, line your hip up, then ask them to finish. You see how easy that is for the horse? Big difference to me. When you're right here and they have all this space, all they have to do is cross the front legs, they're out straight and hard. When you're right here, look how much harder it is. You've got to take 2 more steps. And their body floats out, that outside shoulder drops. And I think more than the horse trying to get away from the barrel, it's they don't have room to finish it. But, okay, another scenario. Say your horse does have plenty of room. He's still coming up here and floating out. That's where the counter arcing comes in. And I think it starts, a lot of times people get their horse's nose, get them too bent when they're training them. So that drops this outside shoulder and they're just floating away from it. So this is where your counter arc that you've already taught them comes in handy. And where I would counter arc the horse around the barrel. Teach them to pick that outside shoulder up and get in there closer and finish it. And don't be afraid to get after them a little bit. Put a spur in them. There we go. All right, one other scenario real quick. One other reason they leave the barrels wide is they didn't slow down enough for the turn to begin with. So, especially on nervous horses, like the filly I was on earlier, I'll probably have to do some of this. A lot of times for that kind of horse, I'll let them lope up to the barrel when I'm working them. Let them lope around it until they slow down on their own. I don't ask them to slow down. I lope them around here till they decide to slow down. Just sit real quiet, let them slow down on their own to a walk before you let them leave that barrel. That gets them to thinking about slowing down for the barrel.